My side tends to do a little slow.
Oh, the meeting is being live streamed. Do I hit okay?
Yes, hit okay.
Okay.
Yes. So then we're going to get out of there. Good evening, everyone. We have such an awesome jewel for us tonight. This is a lady. She is a hairstylist. She is very good at her craft. Is part of is her passion. It's something that she understands. It's something that she knows. Her name is Miss Kelly Joann Ashby. Miss Kelly has been in the industry. Miss Kelly, tell us, for how long have you been in the hair industry?
30 years this month.
Wow, 30
Yep.
years. And you,
I love
oh my
it.
gosh. And I know you're not like, I don't, you look so good.
Well, thank you.
You look so
I,
vibrant. You look so at ease. Your skin is just glowing. Oh my gosh.
Thank
Look,
you.
her nails are done. Let me put my hands down. Her nails are done. She looks so good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna ask you your secret later on.
Okay.
So what was your purpose for getting into hair?
Well, my mom was a hairdresser and she didn't do hair very long because she had a hard time with women. And she said if she could have just worked on men, she would have. And we know how that can be challenging. So I was kind of discouraged not to do hair, but I always was fascinated with it. And there's a story how I became a hairdresser and what inspired me. But I was going to be an RN. That was my path. I went to ROP in high school because they didn't have cosmetology that year. And then I was a CNA for a year. And then they had a model call for the a hair show, like a little, hair show, free hair. And I saw this guy cut this girl's hair. He had leaf blowers on each side of the stage, blew her hair straight up in the air and just cut midair. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. They shut off the wind machines and this beautiful shag appears. And I just love the whole vibe. I got free products, free haircut. And I asked him, I said, can I ask you a personal question? He said, sure. And I said, how much money do you make doing hair? And he said, 5,000 a week. And he was just launching his brand new line, Kinra. And it was the owner of Kinra, the reason I became a hairdresser.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
That's
pretty.
like
Yeah.
a hairdresser, hair product, business. That's got so many titles under that by itself moment. That's like we need a history book for that.
It was, and so it was crazy when I was in school. I was always fascinated with hair. I did my friend's hair in high school, cut my brother's hair. I didn't know why. I loved all the shampoo commercials. I was that kid.
Mhm.
And I got the doll head, that my favorite, and I did know why. So when I opened my first salon, my grandma gave me my mom's original beauty license, and I looked at the date. Ronald Reagan was the governor of California that year, and I said, "Mom was pregnant with me when she was in school." She's like, "Yeah, you didn't know that." I said, "But no, that makes a lot of sense because." It, I didn't think I was very smart in school. I did good in drama, English, math, not so good. But when I got into beauty college after I had that experience, it came so easy. And then I knew why after the fact. So I was put here to do this. I love it. Um, I get to make people feel good. And when they feel better leaving my chair, then I have done my job. You know, I
Wow.
love it. I love what I do. I'm so
Wow.
blessed. I really am. And it's been a crazy journey. And yeah.
I'm just like soaking it up right
Yeah.
now because I was not expecting what I'm getting. I was
Oh,
expecting greatness, but it's like greatness to like a whole nother power. So I'm just like absorbing everything right now in this present moment. So we wow, 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 wow. So on your journey, have you always owned a salon, or tell us a little bit about your journey after you got licensed? You're
Okay,
welcome to
well, I
mention where you went to school if you want to. It's up to you, but just talk to us about your journey for a minute.
yeah, okay, well, briefly, I had a son at 20, and
Mhm.
then you know, that didn't work out, and then I that's when I saw the uh class thing, the education thing, and I got into that. And I was a welfare mom for a while because of the marriage not working out with my first. And there was a grant, and so I took the grant to go to school, and made something of myself. And I worked too. I waited tables and I went to school. Um, I worked as a commission stylist for a couple of years, then I started renting. And I went to California Beauty College in Modesto, downtown Modesto. It's still there. And I always tell kids going to school now, I said, don't spend a ton of money on an expensive school. You just need the license. That's all you need. And then you take that extra money, take better education of things you want to learn, more so of. And because if you're not careful, anyway, it's just, I wish somebody had told me that. So, so I opened, let's see. So I worked at this salon for like 10 years. Then I drove by this building every day, and I was like, someday I'm going to make that a salon. Someday I'm going to make that a salon. Well, guess what? 10 years later, I made it a salon, and it was my first salon called Bello Capello. And I had it 7.5 years, and it was amazing. And the area was getting kind of questionable, so I had to close. And I worked in an old lady salon for 2 years, and I mean old ladies. The oldest hairdresser was 76. Her name was Midge. She drove a convertible black Corvette and had martinis at 5 o'clock. Those are the kind of old ladies I liked rolling with. They were a hoot, and I learned a lot from them. And then there was a salon that I live in Oakdale, California, cowboy capital of the world. Whoop, whoop. And there was a salon when I was in high school on the main drag. It's an old house. And I remember driving by it, and my husband at the time, he said, we should have a business. I said, let's put a salon there when that boutique closes. And 2 weeks later, the boutique closed, and I opened a salon in my hometown 30 years, later. And that was a big deal. And I had my salon for 5 years. I won best hairdresser, best salon for the Reader's Choice, which is the local Oakdale Riverbank Escalon area. And I won best hairdresser and best salon 5 years straight. So I was pretty accomplished. And COVID happened, and that changed a lot of things. So my husband and I decided to go out of state and check out Utah, Colorado. He's got family there. So in June of 2020, went back to Colorado to check it out. And it was really hard just leaving my clients and what I was going to do to do this. So I said, God, I need a sign. I need a sign. So I'm looking for signs, and I see a road we passed by, and it said Kelly Lane, and it was the way I spelled my name. So there was a sign with my name on it right there. Right around the corner, we ended up building our house, and I thought, I need to do this. So I pulled the trigger and moved, got my license in Colorado, and moved in October of 2020, and moved to Colorado with my husband. Lived in a trailer in the wintertime, building a house, doing hair. I was at a commission stylist. My first 2 weeks, I made $220 for my whole check, but it was better than nothing. My first day there, let me tell you what happened. I put an ad. This is how powerful social media is. We did not have this platform when I was a young stylist. It was word of mouth, which is still the best. But I put an ad that I was new to the area, and I didn't say where I was from because they don't like us out there. So everybody's moving into their state. And I just said I had 30 years experience looking for business. And 30 minutes later, a hairdresser called me who was retiring and was looking to give somebody her whole clientele to. 30 minutes there at this new salon.
Wait, you say give the clientele to?
Yes, because she was retiring. She's like, I've been looking for somebody like you. And I said, well, today's my first day. So she came in the next day. I cut her hair, which is a great way to interview somebody, you know, and see how the conversation is. And so, yeah, I ended up getting this woman's clients my first day at the salon because of the social media platform. It's kind of crazy. And it was good. I was there a year, dealt with mean girls, um, talk, building relationships you don't know anything about. It's a very small town. Western Colorado is gorgeous. It's truly God's country. It is just beautiful. And
Remind me
I
of
ended
that
up,
when we get off, and I'll explain later. But remind me of Western Colorado
yes, ma'am.
when we get off.
Okay. So my old client I did in Modesto saw me in Colorado. She saw that I had moved there and she said, where are you doing hair? I said, I'm in Delta. She goes, Kelly, I'm in Montrose, which was 30 minutes away. So she had moved back to Colorado. So I had a connection, you know, because I didn't know anybody moving back there. And so I started catering with her friend. Her best friend came in and got her hair done. And catering, restaurant industry is a great way to network. So I started catering with her friend Kathy, and I got 6 clients out of the catering business and working 2 jobs, trying to just all this crazy stuff. And then in December, my husband and I couldn't buy new tires. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I put my stuff in storage and I left when he was at work. And I came back to California with 2 suitcases and a dream. My son took me in, and we are actually roommates now. We have a 2 bedroom instead of a 1 bedroom. But I've been back in my hometown almost 3 years now. I left in 2021, and I'm rebuilding my entire life again. I tried working in my old salon 2 days. That didn't really work out. And it was my past. And so this young lady had an opening, and it was in everything I needed financially, all of it. And she actually went to high school with my son, Zach. So she took me in, and here I am, and I'm rebuilding and just doing me. I'm working my ass off. I'm 55. I'll be 56 next week, and I'm just getting started. And I feel like I'm in my prime right now. My kids are grown. I don't have a man in my life. You know, life is
I
good. I'm
want
grateful.
I want to take a moment and commend you.
Aw.
And I think you need to take a moment and celebrate yourself. And I'm going to tell you why. You have mentally overcome things that a lot of people don't. Mentally.
Yeah.
And it says a lot about your character and who you are as a person. You regard, and I'm not like right there with you and right there with you when I'm not there with you on your journey and all of those type of things. But when I see somebody who is so peaceful in giving the intimacy, getting intimate with their journey and telling their story, and even in the mishaps, you still have this peaceful aura about yourself. And it's almost like I think that's what people are missing. And like to see you, and you told your age, I would not have given you that age. You
Well,
got
thank you.
almost 10 years on me, and we look the same age.
Oh,
You look good. I mean, and it's okay. I'm not, it's okay because I know it's things I need to work on. But
you're
you have
beautiful.
this. Thank you, thank
You're
you.
very
But but
beautiful.
but you have this. It's like you have this covering over you.
Hmm.
And then, for you to go through that, and you can say, oh, I love my son, he took me in. Most people will be bawling and wailing. And it's like you so peaceful to the point to where I got a friend that makes a statement, and she's a hairdresser as well. And ooh, we know we could bump heads about some things, but her phrase is people are truly doing the best they can with where they are. And she
Mhm.
sticks by that. You're not going to make her deviate from that. Nothing will make her deviate from the fact that, regardless of what I think, or
Right,
if I do something, and regardless of what you think,
right,
or if you do something and whatever, it will not make her deviate from the fact that in the moment, people are doing the best they can with where they are.
yeah.
And she lives in it. And it's like, and I was just sitting here like telling somebody else, like, so when my head was down, I was texting, but I was like direct texting somebody in the industry now. You need to watch this now, because these are conversations we don't get to hear enough of.
Mm,
We
yeah.
don't. You're a hairstylist. And I'm not
Hmm.
telling you like barber hairstylists, we don't get to have certain type. We have the conversations, but that the conversations are not had enough out loud, in my most humble opinion.
Yeah.
And
No.
so with everything that you're doing, with that you have been through, and here you are rebuilding. What are some things that, if it the the things that maybe some negative things, because people need to know this, what are some negative things, if you could tell people, okay, this is what you don't need to do, what are some things that people don't need to do or maybe need to reconsider as somebody who's in the hair industry? What are those things? Whatever
Their
they are,
locate
whatever come to mind.
well, their location is huge, you know. If they're relying on foot tracker traffic, are they making the effort to go after the client? They're not going to come to you. You need to go out and get them. I do um don't badmouth other hairdressers. It's very unprofessional. If you get a client in your chair and they've got so their hair looks crappy, okay, but don't badmouth the other hairdresser because that's extremely unprofessional. And we're all the same. We're trying to do our best work. And I think, like I said, don't spend a bunch of money on things that aren't going to serve you. You
Mhm.
know, be more targeted and mindful with what you want to learn, right? Don't just take everything, don't buy everything the sales rep comes in, do your homework, you know? So, yeah, and don't sit on your ass and don't be lazy and don't want to take clients. I work all the time. I work 7 days a week sometimes. I say, yes, please. Can I have another? I've been working Sundays, you know? Don't complain. You don't have a clientele if you don't want to work for it. It's not going to just come to you.
Okay. I think you need to repeat that statement again. That's your statement. Repeat that statement again. I think you're talking to me, but I'm listening.
But you have to go out and work for it. They're not going to come to you. Go out and work your ass off. Don't sit on it and bitch and think you're the shit. Maybe you are the shit, but if you have that attitude, no one's going to want to be around you. We have a very important job. It's not just about hair. And a lot of people make it about the money. We get paid in our heart and we get paid in our pocket. Okay. And people need to remember that and stay humble. And we are psychologists without the degree. Okay. We are. And it's important. My acupuncturist said this to me. This was not too long ago, how we touch people's heads. We touch their crown chakra. We're absorbing that energy, whether we mean to or not. So we have to do our part to ground ourselves and get rid of that, however that looks. I've used a lot of essential oils now. People are so stressed up or stressed out about everything in life. And I try to make their experience as relaxing as it can be in my little area that I have. You know, make it about the client. Don't make it about you. They want to hear their story, your stories too. And I have a lot of good stories. They're all true. And a lot of them are very funny, especially the dating stories I've had. But make it about the clients. you know, and give them a good experience. I actually inspired a girl to leave her husband because I left my husband. And that was pretty powerful. That you don't know who you're going to inspire, who you're going to encourage, who's going to have that shift by watching you. Like when you asked me to do this, I was like, absolutely. It's an opportunity. You meet people and you share your stories, and we're all here to support each other. There's more good people than there are bad. For reals. So, yeah.
And it's more people who need these type of stories.
It's my honor. And if I can help somebody and know, like, if there's a single mom on welfare and she's barely struggling, take that time to get an education. If those resources are there, then use them. And if you've got a good family support, my grandmother was my freaking blessing. She helped me so much with my kids, and I was at work a lot, but I had to do what I had to do, but I made all the games. I'm a grandma now. I've got 3 grandkids, and that's so much fun. I'm nanny to the boys. Yes, it's pretty cool. I'm a cool grandma, but I'm enjoying life, and I am more at peace, I think, because I know who I am. I've gotten healthy. I'm out of toxic relationships. It's just, I know what's not healthy, and I don't want that in my life. And yay for me for recognizing it, because we all have stuff we've dealt with growing up. None of us have had the best childhood. Some of us have. It's just how you slay your demons that you've got and try to make the best of things. And I practice every day living in the moment and being grateful for that.
So what I appreciate is the fact that you remind us that trials come, tribulations come, things happen. Things happen, and it's life. And we got to keep moving forward. And I think sometimes people don't want people to go through stuff. But people on the other side of that coin, people appreciate people they can relate to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're talking to this mom who may be on welfare, or this person who probably went through a divorce, or probably going through a divorce, or this person who probably need to pack up and all you got is 2 bags, you need to start over. People can receive that. It's hard to take something in from somebody and they don't understand the struggle.
Right.
And like, that is like impeccable to me, because to invite people in that space, in your space, though, and to be okay with it, I'm gonna say this again, it says a lot about who you are as a person. It says a lot about your passion. It says a lot about your character. And to me, it says a lot about how your heart is. You want people to be healed and feel free. You don't want people to feel like, this is my situation. You don't have to feel like a failure regardless of your situation.
Exactly.
And people need that.
I agree. I had this lady, she was in my networking group, and I was trying to get business. So do free haircuts on people. Get people to notice what you're doing. And I offered to cut her hair, and she said, I can't afford you. And I said, well, I'm not going to charge you. So now what's your excuse? She said, well, I don't have one. So she came in, she didn't want to color. She didn't want to commit. That's fine. So she had really, really long hair. And I convinced it to cut it like a Lisa Rinna shag, And what happened was the 20 years of the bad marriage, the abuse, all of it was on the floor. And this whole new woman evolved. She went on to lose 60 pounds. I mean, she looks fantastic. That haircut changed her life, changed her life. And that was when I realized how powerful what I do is. Changed her life. And think about it, our hair is our biggest accessory that we own. It's our crowning glory, right? When you walk into a room, your hairdresser walks in with you. It's important. It makes people feel so good. And just such a simple act. And my client today, she's like, well, why doesn't my hair ever feel like you do? It must be the water. I use all the same products. I said, well, maybe it's just the magic. We all have energy. We all touch people. We all, there's some people that feel like a chocolate chip cookie to be around, a warm chocolate chip cookie. And then there's some that are like a dark cloud, like get away and pay attention to that, and I'm so grateful. I'm aware of those things now. And I really raised my vibration. I'm doing things, I left Colorado. I was almost 200 pounds. I started a weight loss journey last February. I lost 40 pounds. I'm like keeping it off. I'm being healthy, mindful. I'm just working and trying to be a good person and be grateful because,
Wow.
we all have our dark days where you just want to pull yourself into the hole and never come out. Right. But you have to choose your hard. Right. So I'm
Wow.
just,
So, as a hairdresser, if you could
Mhm.
choose, how would you like people to remember you?
The way I made them feel when they left my chair.
Wow.
Yeah. When they have that, look at me, that
Mhm,
grr, right? That
mhm.
attitude shift. That's what makes me happy. So then my best friend told me that. She goes, you have no idea how good you make people feel, Kelly. So I try to be mindful and have a good space for them. Sometimes we have our days, we're human. And some clients they don't want to talk about their stuff. They want to hear my shit. Okay, let's do it. You know, I'm human, I'm transparent, I'm authentic, and I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. Right. And set an example.
Wow. So, if it's something different as far as you being a hairdresser, what would you have done different?
A nurse would have been a good career because you can travel. That's one of the things about our industry is if you move, you have to rebuild again your clientele. It's not just that simple. But that was a fear, and I'm glad that I did it. There were so many shifts, and I showed that how I will not be tolerated and what I chose healthy. And that was a ripple effect, for others. And like I said, I had to choose my hard. So I came back and I'm working and I'm grateful to be able to do so.
Wow, wow, wow. So, before we close out, um, tell people what your specialty services are if they want to, where you're located. How do they book an appointment with Miss Kelly? How does that happen?
Well, I am old school. I don't do online booking. I have a paper book and a pencil. Judge if you want. I don't care. That's just how I roll.
I love it.
You can text me and I'll text you back. Um, I don't send reminder texts because nobody reminds me. So we're all adults, right? I'm old. I just, it's a dying art, the human talk, and everything's so text and sterile. And I feel like I just go a little extra when I do that I'm already booking the client for them. You know what I mean? And then I book out sometimes several weeks or year, in a year. So they're one less thing they have to think about. So
Mhm.
people can, my Instagram is sheergirl68. I'm at Revive Salon in Oakdale, California. And my cell number is 209-534-4589. You can text me and I'll get you an appointment. I do color cuts, Kind of everything. I love it all. So I even do perms. Oh my God, perms have made a comeback since Bradley Cooper got a perm.
They come back. They're back. They're back. For Black folks, that's the Jerry curl. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's back. Permanent waving. The hair is back.
It is back, and it's been on
back.
men. The past 3 perms have been on men, and I don't. Hey, it's money. I'll do them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I love everything I do, and yeah, I work all the time and just hang out with my family, and that's about it.
Wow. So if you could leave us on something encouraging, no matter what it is, I like for people that set the vibration so high to leave it so high.
Okay.
So if you could leave us on a high note, what would it be? Whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. And if it's somebody, and if there are people you need to kind of mention or commend or thank, do that. Whatever you want to say, you could just say it.
Well, I want to thank my family and my friends and the ones that have been there when you're down and out. You truly find out who has your back and who doesn't, and embrace those people that do, and stay near people that feel like warm sunshine and make you feel good, and do more of that. Do what makes you happy, because life is short. We only have one precious one, and it's ours to decide what to do with, no one else. Don't let anybody else's opinions stop you from doing anything. Just do you.
You all heard it best from such an awesome person.
Oh,
Miss
thank
Kelly
you.
Ashby. You're welcome, Miss Kelly. But when I tell you, like, you have truly touched me in ways, and sometimes we need the confirmation. And
Yes,
I
we do.
appreciate you so much. I will be in touch. I stay in touch. People that know me know I stay in touch.
Please do. Yes.
And I just want to thank you. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And keep doing what you do and continue to spread that love and that vibrancy. Now, one question I said I was going to ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
You look so good. The skin is so vibrant. You're like on point. You don't have on all this makeup or any of that. You just glowing. What is the secret?
Well, I take blue-green algae,
Wow.
spirulina.
Okay.
I take that every day, and I drink lots of water, and I get lots of sleep.
Yes,
ma'am. A minimum of 8 hours every night. Mm-hmm.
Wow. See, we need to hear that, people. Pay attention. She's by example. This is not being enhanced. This is her true skin. This is not an enhancement. Wow.
Thank you. Yes, so I got good DNA from grandma, so that does help.
You look good. You look awesome. And I thank you so much. Thank you for allowing us a space. I will be in contact, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, even, and a more prosperous life, because you're living a rich and prosperous life. This is living rich and prosperous. When we can get to the point to where we are just good with where we are and thankful for what we do and what we have, that's really what it's about. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.